YouTube, what's going on? We're just chilling, watching a little Earl Moorhead. It's a good looking Thunder truck body that you did there, Earl. Very cool. The Arma is looking wicked with that new setup, ESC and motor. Looking good, man. Ready to see that thing run though. The body looks great, man. Alright guys, let me show y'all what's going on here. Let's turn Earl down for a sec. So, as you saw in the beginning clip of this thing took a pretty wicked hit. This is the MBX6. And kind of hard to tell. You might be able to tell. The entire shock tower is leaning forward. It basically cracked in half. This is carbon fiber. This is the Mugen carbon fiber setup. And I thought about, and I have ordered the aluminum shock towers. You know, really aluminum is best for bashing. But I want to keep this one as stock and original as possible. And I don't know if these were all original parts. I'm assuming they were. But there's a lot of carbon fiber on this thing. Here. The top plate. Here. The top plate on the center diff. The radio tray. Front and rear shock towers. Or they actually call them damper stays. So we all call these shock towers, but they're actually called, with Mugen anyway, damper stays. So, and yeah, this one's pretty much toast. So we're gonna get it apart. We're gonna see exactly what happened to it. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see in here, but it basically cracked in half. It's a pretty hard hit that I did. Landed on the landed just like this. Oh, no good. So I mean, that's bashing, people. You know, I do a lot of stuff off the woogie ramps and backflips and things like that, and we did. After I got off camera the other day, the first couple of backflips I did with this buggy, man. I've never done backflips with a buggy before, always with the truggy and the Badlands. Can't even do them really with the truggies unless I have the Badlands on them. But this girl right here, definitely, we did a few backflips. But after I got off camera, I pretty much annihilated this rear shock tower, or damper stay. So we're gonna replace it. Before we do that, guys, show y'all a couple of things. We got some Fiskale stuff, got some shock wears going on here. Pretty cool, man. They're gonna protect the shocks. They cover the entire thing. We'll see how well they stay on. You know, they're just velcroed on. But I'm hoping they'll be good. And they're pretty close to the drive axles, but it's definitely going to protect these beautiful shocks and all the dirt and dust that I get into. And you know, we bash this stuff, man. We're not just letting it sit pretty, or you know, doing a little baby ripping. We've been sending this thing. So, and everything's holding up real well, man. Even going off those woogie jumps. A little bit of chassis slapping going on, but trying to, you know, preload my shocks and my droop and everything, so it's minimal. But we are going to go out to the soccer field and continue the rip, like I said in the last video, you know, where we hit the soccer goal. But that's why I got these Mad Max big diggers on here, brand new with the Losi 5B here. So man, I've been looking at some fish scales, guys, but everything is out of stock, back order, discontinued. It's crazy, man. Same thing with Nitro engines, guys. You go to A-Main Hobbies, everything's on back order. What the hell's going on? I guess COVID finally has caught up to people's inventory, supply and demand. But yeah, is what it is, man. As you can see, the Reds R5R is gone. We shipped it out to RCR this morning for a drag mod. We'll have that back by the end of next week. And A-Main does have a Nitro engine that I'm interested in that we are going to pick up. 5-port Reds, a real torquey engine, bottom end engine, and yeah, we're gonna pick up another Nitro engine as well. So I've got a couple of Nitro engines coming, a couple of budget engines, a couple of mid-price budget engines, and some high dollar ones as well. So stay tuned for that stuff. But surprisingly, this Losi 5B has held up very well to the abuse that I've put it through already. And she still looks beautiful. You see, I cover my, I was doing some work on it, had it on its side, cover up my cap, my gas cap, so we don't get any spillage or anything. But she's ready to go, and this is working out well too. This dynamite, or not the dynamite, what is this? It's a Lifey pack I got in there. I can't remember what was this? Spectrum? I think it's Spectrum. 4,000 milliamp Lifey pack in here. It's working out great. I'm able to charge it. Everything is good, man. Got all my leads poking out, so I don't even have to remove it out. I would like to run a lipo in here, but it's just too much getting it in and out, guys. So we'll stick with the Lifey. Seems to be doing okay. Did notice one little ding on the bottom of my pipe down here. I guess at some point, maybe when this broke the first time, this grommet, when it snapped in half, the pipe was loose there. It probably went down and smacked the rear chassis brace, but it didn't bust through or anything. It's just a little dent right there, but dents will affect performance, so we may pick up another pipe. Also want to try out a Victory pipe on here. Just, you know, I have a Victory side pipe on the Baja. We want to try out a Victory on this OBR as well. And we are looking at another modified engine. Might be a Bartolone, not sure yet. All right, guys, so let me get this thing off and then we'll take a look at it. We'll see y'all in a sec. Peace. carbon fiber does when you're bashing. This is why aluminum is best for bashers. Like I said, we're going to replace this with another carbon fiber piece, but I fully anticipate that it'll probably break again. You know, maybe we won't bash this Mugen as hard. I do want to try and preserve this platform. Mugen's a great platform. It's a great pro race kit. It's a great RC. I want to pick up some side skirts for it and replace those as well. But this thing is pretty much meant. I mean, I picked up this whole set, this buggy, about 10 sets of tires, a crap load of just loose rims and foams and all that kind of stuff, and all those bodies for $100 from my local hobby shop. And I have a great local hobby shop. One thing I wanted to point on a while back, man, something that really, there's that body again, man. It looks sweet, Earl Moorhead. This is something I wanted to point out a while back, man. Local hobby shops are struggling to stay afloat. You know, we need to support them every chance we get. If you can find a part at your local hobby shop rather than buying online at A-Main or wherever, buy it at your local hobby shop if you can. Support those guys, pay their retail price, keep them in business, man. They're the ones that truly help us. My guys over at Radio Control Headquarters, RCHQ in San Antonio, they're some of the greatest people, man. They will help you. They'll give you the shirt off their back to help you, man. And I appreciate Elliot and Phil and Robbie and all those guys over there, man. Alfonso, I haven't seen you in a little while, but man, I appreciate all you guys. My local hobby shop, man, they have Nitro stuff over there. You know, they had these shock towers over there. And these shock towers aren't cheap, man. This shock tower right here is $50, $44 for this carbon shock tower or rear damper stay. This is for the MBX6. It is the original equipment here. But something that really bothers me is when I hear people say, man, I do so much business at my local hobby shop, they give me great deals, man. To me, those are not the people you should be wanting great deals from. Yeah, you know, help each other out, but God, man, look, Hobby Town, they're closing down all over the nation. A lot of these mom and pop stores in New York, there were several hobby shops that went out of business, man. Don't take advantage of your local hobby shop. If they have a price tag on something, just pay it, man. You know, if they want to give you a discount, let them help you out a little bit. But for the most part, support your local hobby shop, guys. Don't nickel and dime them to death, man. They're there face to face with you, and they feel obligated to give you a deal, you know. And it's just, I don't know. It's just something about that really bothers me, man. If you want to stick it to somebody, stick it to the big conglomerates, Horizon Hobbies, and you know, if a part goes bad, send it back, whatever. You know, make them replace it, make them stand by their work, but don't kill the mom and pop RC hobby shops, man. Anyway, that just kind of pisses me off, people. All right, so anyway, we're gonna replace this, and we're gonna do some bashing this weekend too. Not sure what we're gonna do. We may run the truggy. I may finish breaking in that SH, or not breaking it in, but tuning it. We got it tuned pretty well, but we need to tighten it up a little bit. We need to lean out the low, lean out the high a little, adjust our idle, get this thing popping properly. It's running way too rich right now. It's running good, but it's running really rich. So let me get this thing back together, and we'll do something here, guys. There's a lot of things going on here. in the Woogie Barn, and a lot of engines come in budget engines. I'm still looking into finding competitive pro .21 Nitro engines that people can actually afford. Yes, R5R, best bang for your buck, but I mean, you know, $269 there. It's a great budget engine. Definitely is best bang for your buck. But a lot of people can't even afford that. They want to get into the hobby, and they want to get into sealed back plates, pro race kits. They want to emulate what they see, man. All right, peeps, what's up? So here's the finished product. We got the rear shock tower mounted, all good. Everything back together the way it should be. I did move the shock position up to second to the highest, so maybe we're not going to have so much chassis slap. I moved the rear in on the inners, and then second to the top. I did do an inspection on the Mugen MBX6. Found a couple of things going on. One was had a broken wheel pin for the hex drive pin, so replaced it. This one here. It's one thing, you always want to have extra parts like that. You don't think of it that often, but you know, Losi has a great drive pin package. It's got all different types. Got the pins for the differentials, and a lot of those pins are universal. It's got the pins for the drive pins. It's LOSA 3518 drive pin set for the 8B 8T. But on a lot of vehicles, these drive pins are pretty universal, and it's kind of a variety pack of different pins. So it's good to have that, and it's also good to have shims. Now shims can be pretty specific to a platform, like Mugen's going to have a different size shim than the Losi products. Not Mugen, Techno's going to have. I got a lot of Techno parts here, man. Chingos did Techno parts, but I got more TLR stuff. And I'm working on my fifth scale stuff as well. I did pick up also this when I redid the coil. There's a Noah flywheel air gap tool. No more using a business card. Right. So found that. We repaired that, and also found something pretty interesting that I did not know. I mean, I've run the MBX5 with the Losi clutch, or maybe I didn't. You know, maybe I haven't. I think it was too tight. You can't run the Losi clutch in the Mugen. It sets too far forward, and it hits the clutch bell. And I'll show you. This is the one we ran last in the Trident, and I was wondering why it was having some issues, and it sounded kind of funny. But if you can see where it's rubbing real close here, too far up. The gear is too far, and it touches the clutch bell housing. You can see where it ate it up. Didn't really do any damage to the spur gear. So basically what I did is I have a Mugen bell here. It's a Mugen clutch bell, but I don't have the, I think I have the 3-shoe clutch for the Mugen, but I don't have the 4-shoe. So what we did is we just went ahead and we're running the Novorosi buggy clutch with the 4-shoe aluminum. The only thing is I don't know what weight those springs are. You know, I like the heavy springs so it spools up, but I have used this buggy clutch before in the MBX5. That's right, I never used, I tried it on here, the Losi clutch, it didn't work, but I used it here last time when I ran the Pico V1. So You know, that's something that I found out the hard way. I think this bell is still good, but I mean, I'm not worried about it. I've got tons of bells, man. Tons of clutch bells, tons of low-C clutches. I got the 8X clutches. This is a brand new one right here. This is going to be for the Reds R5R when I get it back from RCR. Brand new Max Life shoes, and got a bunch of springs, but mostly what I have is gold springs. Got a lot of low-C clutch shoes. So I need to order some more springs, that's for sure. I do have another set of low-C clutch shoes here, aluminum ones. You can still get these Novarosi. You can still get these Novarosi clutch shoes, but you're going to be hard pressed to find this buggy clutch. I think you can still find some of the bells, but just not the clutch itself. So if you have one, guys, try to take care of it, man. I think Rajay had a deal where you can actually shim the pins, you know, the shoes, if they start to wear a little bit. But she's got really nice mesh right now. Really nice mesh in there. Nice and smooth. I was wondering why it was dragging a little bit, but anyway, so, you know, I hadn't had a lot of experience with Mugans. We probably will be picking up another Mugen as well. I've got two buggies, the 5 and the 6, and might want to get a newer Mugen as well as a Truggy. So I want to get a Mugen Truggy. You know, we have Truggy and Buggy of our low-Cs and our Technos. It only makes sense to get a Truggy Mugen. Alright guys, so anyway, that's what we did. I did order, as a basher, I like having aluminum skid plates. So Sumo Racing does make the Sumo Racing skid plates for the Mugen. MBX6, MBX7, and basically, you know, this is what I'm talking about when I say Sumo Racing skid plates. They're these aluminum skid plates instead of the plastic DE Racing. These last so much longer, man. The only one I haven't found for yet is the 8XT. I'm using the 4.0 front, which fits, but I had to modify the Techno rear one. So we want some type of protection on this. Also need to work on this front drive shaft. It's bent from the last rip. We'll probably rip this pretty soon as well, but I think tomorrow we're going to get out and we're going to continue to tune this SHPT 2018. I want to see if this thing will really rip stock, so I'll probably work on that tomorrow. And I haven't run the Techno Buggy in a while, man. We got the modded RCR Virtus in there. We have run the Techno Truggy, the NT48.3, not too long ago. And we need to run the Baja again. So I'll probably be picking up another Baja as well, guys, once they get back in stock. We want to go with the 5T, do the new build on it, the modified build on a new 5T, and a Baja. But can't find these platforms anywhere, man. You can pre-order the 2.0 5T at Tower Hobbies or A-Main, one of the two, but just can't find them in stock anywhere, man. So what else is up on this? I think that's really about it. Everything else went together nice. Went through the shocks, made sure they were clean and good to go. This chassis is still pretty good on this MBX6. That's why I want to protect the front and the rear with the Sumo. I did replace all the rear A-arms. Have not replaced the front ones yet, but I do have them hanging up over there. So, worked on my endpoints and my throttle and brake linkage a little bit. These actually, when I got it, were facing the wrong way, so they were at an angle. So I fixed those as well. I replaced the ball end connector for the throttle. You always want to make sure that your throttle comes out straight as it can. If it's all at an angle, it's no good. You want it to be straight. So, yeah, she's nice and smooth, man. When I rebuilt this, I replaced all the bearings in it and everything. So she's good to go. And this is the battery that fits in here in the MBX6, man. Fits in here perfect. Perfect. This Reedy 1600 milliamp Lifey pack. I try to run Lifeys and everything, guys. Alright, I think that's going to be it. Just wanted to show you all the final product there. This thing being put back together. Hopefully it doesn't break again, but you know, it is what it is. I do have aluminum front and rear set coming. The stock MBX6 aluminum. But I don't know if it's stock. I don't know if the carbon fiber came with them or the aluminum came with them. J Concepts makes some carbon fiber shock towers as well that are actually reinforced. And then you have the same that are the silver carbon fiber. There's quite a few of those out there. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to be about it. We got the Novarossi Bonito RCR modified and the Hypex 2135 with the 41001 header. So I'm not using the Hypex header here, the short one. We're using the Novarossi 41001 header with the Hypex pipe. We'll see how that works with bottom end. So, alright guys, I think that's going to be about it. We may rip this tomorrow, but more than likely we're going to be testing tuning on the SH, and we'll see. This one will be pretty soon, but I'm thoroughly stoked about getting the RCR modded Reds R5R back and showing you guys the next mid-priced Nitro engine that we have here in the barn. So that'll be coming within the next week or two, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, remember, treat people the way you want to be treated, and we'll see y'all in the next video, man. We out.